In the kingdom of Pharloom, song was once divine sovereignty, each bell a command, each hymn an invocation. But when the melody becomes obligation, the silence that follows speaks louder than any choir. 3 guardian groups once held the strands of that covenant: the conductors, the Vaultkeepers, and the architects. Their voices bound the kingdom's faith, memory, and structure, and their fall precipitates the unraveling. Hornet arrives in a land whose hymns have turned hollow. She must climb through ruins, relics, and shards of song to fully reawaken what has fallen, so that finally it may be laid to rest. The high halls of the Citadel, amongst the towers and spires that rise above Pharloom, we find the last of the conductors. Behind curtains of silk lies Ballador. His body is sutured with threads, silk veins sustaining his shell. His faint greeting is one of surprise. A visitor. How rare. Forgive me for not rising. This line echoes in every chronicle of Pharloom lore. Though he cannot stand, his duty remains. He must pass on his part of the Threefold Melody. To Ballador hints that the conductors knew a deeper truth. Their hymns were not just worship, but a binding against something older. Ballador murmurs that the mantle weighs heavy. Playing the needle in, he reveals, dear devout, have we failed? Only our song, dear devout, have we failed? Only our sickness, remember their voices. Now, only silence, only our song. Here he is calling out to the weavers who charged them with continuing to sing their part in the Threefold Melody, to keep Grandmother Silk asleep in her cocoon. And he's asking if he has failed their task, since all have fallen to sickness, and as the halls of the Citadel grow quiet, only he remains to carry on the song. After sending Grandmother Silk to the void, if you return in Act 3 to Ballador's chamber, you find it collapsed. The last conductor falls under the ruin of his own stage. Tragic encore to a city that no longer sings. It is here we can find the rune harp that Ballador once held, and in it, information from the weavers that came long before. Sisters, spiders, the burden is past. These simple bugs shall bear full, never to cease, never to silence. We shall die and wait and pray that one will come of silken strength, enough to weave us free. They, the weavers, knew that they could last forever, so they put their faith in the many bugs of the Citadel, and hope that one day someone would come that could end Grandmother Silk for good. Below the orchestration lies the record, the whispering vaults. Protected here is the work of scribes,
of stone, of memory itself. Cardinius stands sentinel among these cylinders, the final Vaultkeeper unaffected by the haunting. He meets Hornet with suspicion, calling her Weaver Spawn, a reflection of the prejudice carved into Pharloom's fate. Yet when certain conditions are met, when Hornet collects the missing cylinders, he grants her access to the archive's secrets. These cylinders contain engravings of the melody's parts, harmonies lost to time, hollowed verses waiting to be sung. While Cardinius does know of the melody of the Vaultkeepers, he does not know the song itself. He knows that their pontiff is the one who last held the cylinder with which the song was inscribed. Upon traveling back to the Whispering Vaults from the underworks below, we gain access to the pontiff and the sacred cylinder. Here, the pontiff lays dead. To gain the Vaultkeeper's melody, we must return the sacred cylinder back to Cardinius. But if we pull out the needle and play our song, here at the pontiff's body, it says, "Divine silk, we sang your chains. Damn bugs, we sang your chains. Divine silk, we prayed a cage." This is referring to the fact that the Threefold Melody has encapsulated and imprisoned Grandmother Silk. Perhaps this bothered the pontiff, and in fact all of the Vaultkeepers, for they are knowledge seekers. And what vast knowledge might the Grandmother Silk hold? It's just a thought. Near the pontiff, we can find another character, Pious Isamor. Hark, pilgrim, you climb our eternal embrace, who stands true, the threshold, our stark citadel of stone. No true service may now commence. Forget your weary shell, forgo urge to still Pharloom, commands give greatest gift. Join our chorus, raise shell, voice and sing. Pilgrim, cast aside those many sinful hopes for rest and reward, and remain pure within our midst. Ask for nothing. See Citadel's simple stone, bare and adorned. See how vain our garb, how sparse our meal. Know that excess is sin. Stay vigil, for those wretched pilgrims dare relent their base desires left unpunished. Then our pure chorus, their seductive sin spread like flame. Dear pilgrim, dark it seems now. Let these words become your guide. Hear our voice, let it guide your own. Give all of yourself for great Pharloom, for first children who bequeathed it to us, for our salvation is sure to come. Here they further perpetuate the fact that bugs of Pharloom should simply forget their struggles and join their chorus, for even if they have forgotten the reason why they sing, they know that the song was given to them from the weavers or first children, and that it is their way to salvation by keeping Grandmother Silk sealed away. By returning the sacred cylinder to Cardinius, we finally learn the Vaultkeeper portion of the melody. Although Vaultkeeper Cardinius first gives us a hard time, first about taking the cylinder from the dead, and then he goes on to say that the melody cannot be passed on to a bug that is not a keeper, for that is the law. It is only after explaining that the bugs of the Whispering Vaults are either dead or have long since fallen into the silk haunting. Either way, the laws that once made Pharloom into a great city no longer hold the weight they once did. And with that, we learn the second half of the Threefold Melody. While Cardinius still holds some animosity towards you, he agrees to continue providing services, and with that, we move on to the last piece of the Threefold Melody, the Architects. Beneath song and script lies structure, the heartbeat of machinery. Here dwells the 12th Architect, the final automaton of creation. Once 12 architects built the Citadel's arms. Their hands carved halls, sealed vaults, maintained structure. That only one endures is a testament to decay and abandonment. Here, it tinkers away, offering Hornet tools, blueprints, mechanisms, as though fulfilling a duty it no longer understands. It, as well, has forgotten the song passed on to it. Rather, it remembers of a machine in the cogwork core created by the architects to pass along the song. When its stock is depleted, it announces its inability to continue, saying that its rotors slow their spin, its limbs lift weak, and ending is felt, coming, sudden, certain, welcome. Will another take its place? One cannot. The skill to construct an architect that was taken by time. I am the last final. The core remains to sustain the song, but no more architects to tend toil or build anew. Strange, for Pharloom Eternal states directive cage, but how can eternity sustain without an architect to serve? This seems error, an end, an error welcome. When next we return, the 12th Architect will be no more. As when most cogwork machines are destroyed, a light-emitting butterfly escapes, and the last of the architects is gone. A pile of metal and rust is all that remains. That and a pristine core. The architect carried on until it saw its goals achieved. But time takes its toll on all beings, and the 12th Architect was no different. Yet, at the end, they almost sound happy to see that their ending was near. Traveling back to the top of the cogwork core, we can locate the machine that teaches us the architect's melody. And with that, all three parts of the Threefold Melody. Faith, memory, shape. These three pillars were never independent. Each leaned on the others. When the choir fell into ruin, the vault leaked memory. The machine lost its motive. Hornet walks through ghost corridors where the echoes of him still linger. Bells toll in distant chambers. Cylinders glint as she passes. Gears clatter in memory, waiting for the voice to call them alive again. The conductors, the Vaultkeepers, and the architects, each guardians of Pharloom's soul. Now all lie broken, each absent, a chord missing. Yet Hornet carries within her the hope of rebirth. She approaches the cradle, the source of the grandmother's binding. The final choice lies ahead: to bind, to break, or to snare the old power with new resolve. In this moment, Pharloom listens, the choir silent, memory stained, structure hushed. Will a new voice rise? The voices have faded, but melody is not lost, only waiting to be heard again. If you like this video, give it a like and a subscribe. It really helps. And comment down below what is some of your favorite lore from Silksong.